I haven't got much of a memory of what happened to me, and whilst I had the cardiac arrest on Christmas morning, the lead up to that I have got very little memory of for about 5 days.
We had been preparing lunch, and so I went out to go and see if the front door was unlocked, and that's when I saw David lying up half in the laundry and half in the hall. I mean, I took one look at him and I thought, I'm not going to get a response. He just looked dead. And so I ran back and I said to Russ, call an ambulance, David's collapsed.
Emergency services came on the line and then gave the description of where we are and what had happened, and headed down the hallway to where I saw David on the floor and my wife doing CPR.
We need to do it at this speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I remember thinking, it's Christmas Day. It just can't be happening on Christmas Day. I remember as I was performing the CPR, a part of me was saying, he's such a kind man, like he's such a decent man. I said, this is just not right.
When we drove up to the property, we grabbed all of our gear and walked in, and we saw David lying lifeless on the floor. At that time we saw Andrea performing CPR, very effective CPR mind you. At that point we told them that we'd arrived.
He said, oh, we're here now, we'll take over. And I was like, oh, good. And then it was just a whole lot of work, just everybody working, and the air wing came, we could hear that actually, going over to Tatura Football Park, and we kissed him goodbye and just off he went.
So the HeartSafe Community Initiative is a collaboration between Ambulance Victoria and Heart Foundation Victoria. The tiers of what we do in HeartSafe Community is teaching residents all about CPR and how to defibrillate.
You know, when you perform CPR on a mannequin, it's, of course you want to do it properly, but when it's a person and a loved one, it was like I was really pushing life into him, like I was willing life into him. You know, strangely, if you've done the CPR, it just happens and it works. That's the amazing part.
Teaching Andrea that day about how easy it is to do CPR and how very few steps are involved in doing CPR, she was able to play a huge factor in David's survival.
It means you're doing something rather than just not being able to do anything.
All I can say is I'm just so grateful for what they did, that their training that they'd been through with CPR both helped them in my recovery because they knew exactly what to do. So CPR training came to the fore, for which I'm so grateful.
I can't recommend it enough. It's so simple. If you can offer that gift, then give it. That's what I would suggest.